Newcastle has a resource origin, a steel origin, a coal origin, and still very much resource-based. In 1999, BHP Steel closed. They thought it would be an absolute disaster for the region, massive unemployment. Quite interestingly, it went the opposite. There was still unemployment, but a real transition to different kinds of activities. The creative industry is an interesting animal. When we're talking about definitions, it starts with individual creativity.
As a researcher, what I'm interested in is the creative process, how that works. How do we understand the creative process? Not in a common sense way, because most everybody has an understanding of what creativity is. But what I'm really interested in, and this is the crux of it, goes all the way back to Aristotle and the Greeks, is how novel things come into being. The way creative industries have come to be defined, that it's where individual creativity, skill or talent is applied to exploit intellectual property. And it's primarily associated with, currently, with digital industries. It's been a very significant part of what the creative industries are doing. So it's a fairly diverse set of industries, but they're all unified around the question of the contribution of creative skill and talent and the exploitation of intellectual property for wealth creation. What we're really interested in doing is actually mapping the creative industries in the Hunter region, so the 11 local government areas in the Hunter Valley. There's 5 of us involved. There's myself and Professor Mark Balnaves, Dr. Susan Kerrigan, Evelyn King and Claire Williams. The researchers that we've got involved are actually creative industries practitioners themselves. So it's not like we're people from the outside trying to find out what's going on in the inside. We are insiders trying to expose what's happening inside those industries. We all produce novel things. So I'm really interested in how that happens, so how culture gets produced. Hence the title, Creativity and Cultural Production. And the focus of this particular project is right in the Hunter region itself.
Australia has a very good reputation in creative industries research. QUT, Queensland University of Technology, is famous for both developing the research area and extensive work in the policy domain. What we're doing here is slightly different from QUT. We're focusing on creativity itself, how the actual practitioners are working day to day to develop their businesses, to develop whatever they're doing as their interest in creative industries.
We want to find out exactly what's happening now. We don't want to rely on this person saying this, we don't want to rely on anecdotal information. We actually want to map as precisely as we can what's going on. There's very little ethnographic work done. There's a lot of descriptive work being done, in as much as identifying what those industries are, saying what they do and so on. We then want to go in deep. We want to find a few key informants and then talk to them about what's going on, asking them questions about what's going on and see if we can find a really quite deep understanding of what's happening.
The aim is to take them and to present them to policymakers, to present them to industry as well. And the advantage of those results is they'll be able to fashion policy that helps industry directly.
What I hope will happen is that there's a lot more recognition for the significance of the creative industries, both the service aspect of it and the standalone productive aspect of it.
The Hunter region is going to be a litmus test and an icon of what's possible for the future. I think it's fast moving in terms of how the creative industries are coming together.
We're actually doing some really significant things for the economy. But I also think what we're also doing is we're also doing some significant things for the country. And the economy in the country is not the same thing. So we're contributing economically, but we're also contributing socially and culturally. And I think that's really important. And I would hope that that gets recognised a little more than it is.